I think future of work will take place in ways that we all find unexpected. In fact, all the work that we're doing now is actually helping prepare for that future, but also allowing us to pre-live that future in terms of thinking about what will become reality. So statistically, most of us spend most of our lives at work. So when we think about that entire ecosystem in terms of work, workplace, workforce, it all kind of intersects with each other in very interesting ways that then power how the future of work will look like. At the executive program, I will be speaking about the future of work, where I see there being 4 main pillars supporting that. Number 1 is digital transformation. Number 2 is automation of work. Number 3 is hybridization of workplace, and number 4 is diversity of workforce. So what I mean about digital transformation is that when we show up at work, technology is exponentially scaling the way that we interact with the work that we do, and all existing organizations will need to be able to adapt to that. Number 2, when I talk about automation of work, I'm really referring to technologies such as AI, enabling us to be able to automate parts of the work that we do. But it's not limited to that. It's not just that AI automates parts of the work that we do, but it's also what happens to all the time it frees up when we have technology automating the work that we do. How can we focus on skills that we as humans are uniquely good at? How can we empower skill sets such as creativity, compassion, strategy, empathy, all of these things that are unique to us as human beings? Number 3, when I talk about hybridization of workplace, we've been investing in this since 2014, so it's not a new post-COVID thesis, but it's extremely exciting because we see the future of workplace significantly evolving. Number 4, when we talk about diversity of workforce, we're really talking about diversity across all aspects. I know when we talk about future of work, it seems like something that's far away, but what I hope to do in my session here at the executive program, get people curious to learn more. Number 2, inspire people about what this future may potentially look like. And number 3, empower people to want to do more. And so the way that I really like to define entrepreneurship is that it is the most efficient way of solving a problem. And that's why entrepreneurship is so important as a value driver when we think about future of work, because it's all about how do we solve problems more efficiently and more effectively. And what that also means is entrepreneurship is not limited to startups. You can very much be entrepreneurial if you are part of a much larger organization as well. Because as long as you can have a more efficient way of tackling at a problem and try to do that in the most efficient way possible, even if you're working at a large organization, you can very much be an entrepreneur as well. So I really like this example of Google Maps, because what's really fascinating is that Google Maps was actually created by employee 1,500. So you could argue that in many ways Google Maps, at the same monthly active user as Meta, has actually generated more social value in terms of helping us get to places, leverage satellite imagery. And so in order to solve a problem, you really don't need to necessarily be the founder yourself. I've personally been very much inspired by all the individuals and leaders that I've met through the executive program, and then taken these ideas, implemented them, and flourished. There's been several attendees where I helped them establish new innovation labs within their respective companies, and most excitingly, I've definitely seen executives make that fundamental change in terms of how they think about the future of work so that they can adapt more quickly. The future of work is uncertain and scary, but there are practical action steps that you can take to get you closer to that future. If you're a business leader who is excited to scale your businesses exponentially towards a future of work, we're really excited to work with you.
Hi, if you're an emerging leader ready to take on the future, then I invite you to go to singularity.org to learn more about the executive program and apply for the next cohort. Visit the link below. We look forward to seeing you there.